What is going on, all my tacticians, and welcome back to yet another video from the Fedora wearing Reshiram. This time I'm going to be talking about the light screen, reflect, and all that jazz when it comes to the barriers. So first of all, what do? Well, if you're not an idiot like me sometimes, and you actually forget what they do sometimes, I'm not saying I do forget, but I'm just saying sometimes maybe someone may forget what one does over the other. But if you're not an idiot and you actually pay attention to what they do, you'll know that light screen and reflect raise your defenses in one of the two categories of either special defense if you're going for light screen, or physical defense if you're going with the reflect barrier. Now, there is also another one that recently came out thanks to Sun and Moon, and that is the Aurora Veil. So Aurora Veil actually works the same as both light screen and reflect, only this one has to activate by having hail. So that is what these three barriers do, and they're all very powerful, but they are also all susceptible to one very important move, and that is Brick Break. If someone is using Brick Break on the opposing team, they can bust through those barriers. It doesn't matter if you have all three barriers up, all three of them will collapse if Brick Break hits even once. So that is the very downside to, using these barriers. But the upside is that if you use them, you can increase your physical or special defenses by about 50%. So that's a real benefit. You also get to use it for about 5 turns. So once you activate it, it's up for 5 turns, and you're golden. You can also increase that by using Light Clay, and it's like on the bottom screen right there. If you have the Pokemon that's using the screens, this also works for Ninetales as well as any Pokemon that uses Aurora Veil. If you give Light Clay to a Pokemon that's going to either use Light Screen or Reflect or Aurora Veil, that barrier will last for 8 seconds instead of the usual 5. So you can get 3 extra turns, and that can really drag down your opponent's patience, because they're going to have to burn through all that defensive power a longer period than what they're used to. Also, fun fact, if you use Aurora Veil and for some reason hail goes away, the Aurora Veil will still remain. Like, you can use Aurora Veil on turn 1 and then next turn hail goes away, the Aurora Veil will still remain until its time is expired. Oh my lord, so that's another reason to want to use them. But in any case, enough about me talking about these things, let's show them in action. 3, 2, 1, boop! Alright, and here we go, all of my tacticians. We're going to be starting off this battle, and we're going to be testing out the singles strategy when it comes to setting up these barriers and how we want to use them. Alright, so my opponent's going to be sending out the Charizard. I'm going to be sending out Yara, my Meowstic. Or it's not Yara, Clyde. I got the two mixed up, I'm sorry. So, first of all, we're going to be starting off with a Reflect Barrier, because I don't trust this Charizard, and I don't trust the Battle Tree, and because I've got my Light Clay activated. Now, one way you want to make good use... Okay, that was really good that I actually activated my Reflect Barrier instead of the Light Screen, because it turns out he's physical. Alright. So, one way you want to make use of the barriers, the light screens and your reflex, is with prankster Pokemon. If you get a prankster Pokemon that can use the light screens and the reflect barrier, you can set them up before your opponent has a chance to attack, and they will take effect before their first attack goes off. So as you saw there, my reflect barrier activated, and I took half the damage I normally would have. Alright, so now I'm setting up my light screen, and another Shadow Claw comes up from the Charizard. It's going to deal a little bit of chip damage, but Clyde's not too worried. He's not too concerned. He can actually take a hit. Now, I'm going to be sending out my Gyarados here. This should weaken him even further with the Intimidate. So now I have 6 turns of my barriers to make full use of my barriers to be able to, do what I want. And as you can see, this is actually working out to my advantage here. So I'm gonna go for a Dragon Dance here. I already outspeed, but I just want to make sure that I outspeed anything else he tries to go for. Oh boy, he's going for a belly drum. And now I set up and sweep. So yeah, one way you want to use your barriers is to set up for your later Pokemon so that they can set themselves up, such as Gyarados here with Dragon Dance, and proceed to sweep. Because now you can take the hits. You don't have to worry about, your Pokemon not being able to survive a hit or two. With your barriers up, you know for a fact that outside of a crit, you will survive. I probably should have gone for the Earthquake there, but it doesn't matter. He can't stop me. Alright, and now it's just the Infernape, and we're just gonna Waterfall and sweep. Yeah, as you can see, that this doesn't matter, so... He fakes me out, but I'm gonna Earthquake him because I can. Now because I want to. So Blarg, take that, you silly little Infernape. And so that is just one demonstration for how you can use your light screens and your reflex for singles battles. So now in a few moments I will go boop once again, and I will go instead to a doubles to show you how you can make use of your reflect, and not your reflect, but this time your Aurora Veil. So 1, 2, 3, boop. Alright, here we go for the doubles demonstration. We're going to be doing the Aurora Veil this time to set up once again. So once again, the strategery of using these barriers and the Aurora Veil is to set up your Pokemon so that they can fight in the long run, the long-term battle. You're not looking for a quick fight. You're going for the long-term battle. You're looking to outlast your opponent. You're not looking to muscle them. You're looking to outlast them. Set yourself up so that when it's your time to shine, there's nothing your opponent can really do against you. So in this case, I'm going to be setting myself up, and I'm going to be protecting. I don't know what my opponent's going to do, but I ain't interested in taking the risk. So I'm going to have my Baron here. He's going to be protecting, and Snowflake is going to go for the Aurora Veil. So now I have 5 turns to protect against my physical and special attacks. And yeah, this battle's this is gonna take a long, because everyone's weak to the hail. But now that my Aurora Veil is up, I can go for an Aqua Wing safely. This is what my Baron, this is what my Wishy-Washy specializes in. He specializes in just outlasting my opponent. So that does a fair amount of damage, not a whole lot, but a fair amount. And you can just see the Aurora Veil just taking effect. The damage that my opponent is doing to me is not nearly as much as it could be. And now my healing just takes effect. Of course, Snowflake is not looking too good right now, but she can take the hit. She can take one more turn now. Now I think I've used up 3 turns. This is probably turn number 4 of Aurora Veil, so I've got maybe one more turn after this to make full use of its effects. Alright, that's the end of Snowflake. Now everyone's going down with all the damage from the hail. But Baron, he gets to sit pretty and regain health. Because that's what he does. Alright, so actually I've got 2 turns of Aurora Veil left. Now what I'm going to be doing here is rather stupid, but because I have my Aurora Veil set up, I can actually go for this safely. I'm going to go for an Earthquake. I'm not +1, I still have Aurora Veil set up. Baron takes it like a boss. So yeah, like I said in before, when you're setting up your Aurora Veil and you're setting up your light screen or your reflect, you're not looking for a quick fight. You're looking to go for the long-term battle. You're looking to outlast your opponent so that once you're fully set up, there is nothing your opponent can do to stop you. So I've got one final turn of Aurora Veil here. So I think I'm going to make full use of it. Have Fang set up freely because there's not much my opponent can do to stop me here. I mean, look at that damage. Minuscule. That's annoying, but not much else. And once again, this just demonstrates the power of the Aurora Veil, the light screen, and the reflect barrier. Normally Wishy-Washy fears being attacked because once it loses a certain amount of health it goes into solo form and it loses all that power. But with your with the Aurora Veil set up, I could easily set up my Aqua Ring so that he can just go crazy, just outlast my opponent. And now it's time to end this battle because there's only one Pokemon left in this battle tree battle. Let's kick butt, take names. Aurora Veil did its job, now I'm gonna finish the job. And that's it. Whatever, little battle tree battle. So I hope you all learned a few things about the Aurora Veil and the light screen. Hope you learned how to make use of it. Remember, set it up so that you can last the long-term battle. If your opponent is trying to end it quickly, go long-term. Always fight your battle. Don't fight the battle your opponent wants to fight. If he wants to end it quick, go for long-term. If he wants to go long-term, go quick. Well, you go quick anyway. But in any case, I am Imperator Davies, your Fedora and Retrum. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!